How to use your line type scale. AutoCAD provides us with a tool called Line Type Scale, also known as LTScale. To demonstrate the purpose of this function, I'm going to choose a standard AutoCAD line and just put it on the drawing. Then I'm going to double click on the line to get the property box. Notice that we've got line type and line type scale. Line type we go over in earlier tutorials. Here I'm going to select hidden times 2. Often this line type is used for acoustic liner. Now currently I have the line type scale set to 1. Therefore you can see that it's a broken line. However, when you zoom in it's easy to see the spacing, but when you zoom out it's harder to see. In order to adjust the spacing, what we can do here is adjust the line type scale. There are two options. Either A, we can adjust the line type scale specifically for this entity, or we can adjust the line type scale for the entire drawing. First, let's change the line type by clicking here. From 1, let's change the line type scale to 12. Notice here we've got completely different line. Same thing if we were to click on it and change it to 6. You can see that each time it's changing the spacing between this line, almost as if it's zooming in or zooming out of the line itself. Now, I don't want to have to do that for every entity. So most common, what we usually do is we change the line type scale for the entire drawing. And the difference between the LT scale for the drawing and the LT scale for the entities themselves will be represented to us. So I'm going to click on this line to demonstrate this and put it back to LT scale 1. Then what I'm going to do is go into the command line and I'm going to type in LT scale, hit the space bar which represents enter, and notice that the drawing is set at line type scale 1. I'm going to change it to 12. Notice that when I do that, now this line looks different. It's important to find the right value based on your plotting styles and your visual preferences. One very good place to figure out the right value for you would be to use the acoustic lining inside of PractiCAD ductwork. For example, I'm going to delete this line. I'm going to go back to the LT scale in the command line and I'm going to change it back to 1. I'm going to grab a fitting from my bin. We're going to add acoustic lining to it. For this tutorial we'll use 1.5 inch acoustic lining and we're going to put this entity on the drawing. Now the liner is adjusted by our layer properties box. This is a tutorial that will be separate in other videos, but you can see here that for liner I'm going to choose the hidden times 2. Now you can see that it is a broken line when we zoom in, but obviously if I plot this zoomed out, this line type scale is probably not at the right value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to type in LT scale and then I'm going to type in different values until I get to the one that I want to use. In this tutorial we're going to use 12. If I feel that that is the right line type scale for me, what I'm going to want to do so that I don't have to do this on every drawing is save it to my template. To do that, I'm just going to erase the objects on the template, and then I'm going to do another file save. So now my PractiCAD training template has the proper line types and the proper LT scale.